Hi everybody, it's Barbie from Nellie and Ruth Designs, and today I'm going to start a new little project. I keep hearing things in my house. I don't think anybody's here, but it's raining outside and it's really weird. My dog's in my craft room with me, and I don't know, just the girls were barking earlier. I just hope nobody's in my house. I don't know, but I'm going to continue on. But at any rate, I'm going to start this new little project. I'm going to make a little travel um, journal for someone special, and it's going to be a Christmas gift. I have a birthday gift that I have to do and get done and have it all ready before August. I haven't even started that. I'm already working on Christmas stuff. But this is going to be a fun little project, and I wanted to share it with you. And it's very easy to do. Um, it's just a little bingo book, is what I call it. And these little rings here are super cute, and they're tiny for your smaller projects. And those are from Tim Holtz, the Ideology. These are mini book rings, and you get 18 rings to a pack. And I really like these. I have a little bit larger rings here, so if I want to expand and add on, these are tough, add on to it, I can just switch these rings out, which, maybe I'll do once I start putting items in here and doing some collage work in it for her. So, but for now I have the little mini rings in. And all I did was I cut all my paper out. It's 4.5 by 5.5 inches to fit inside the bingo cards. And I just took a lot of miscellaneous papers out of my 12 by 12 packs. Papers that I thought would, be complementary to each other and that would be good. I put a lot of maps in here. So yeah, she's, an earthy type girl, like me. She likes, the muted colors. I plan on putting a lot of, birds and, some travel, but a lot of flowers and greenery in here for her. And then on the right-hand side, she can do all of her writing. So you have to first remember, if you're a right-handed person, you're probably going to want to write on the right-hand side. So you are going to have to punch the holes differently in your cover than you do your paper. You'll just have to, figure that out on your own. Sometimes you have to turn it upside down, sideways, and backwards to make everything work out. But today, I just wanted to show you how I got it together and the papers that I chose. I think there's 41 pieces of paper in here. And I don't know if I'm going to use these in particular, but I'm going to go through some of my master boards that I created, and I'm going to cut dividers. And I thought I would make cute little dividers. In the last video, I showed you, I made these really cute tags using the clusters of Siri silk. And I think I'm going to do that again for her book. And there'll be dividers, and then when it's closed, I can put a couple in here to show you. They'll pop up over the top, and not the cards won't themselves, but the little tab tops. I don't want to do a side tab because that would only leave me two. I could do a longer one. Side tabs would also be cute in this book, but that's what I plan on doing, and we can work on those down the road as well. But today, I think I'm going to work on getting the front and the front inside cover done. So I'm just going to open this up. These are pretty easy to open as I sit here and struggle with them, but they're pretty. And I'm not going to, I think I'm going to take them out because I don't want to keep opening and closing them. I've never used these before, and I don't want them to snap and break on me, not that they would. So I'm just going to set all of this aside. over here. And I can start working with the front cover. I do have leftover papers from where I cut my papers before, so I can rip and tear and work on a front cover. I do want the bingo to show as well as some of the numbers. So I think because it is a travel, I'm going to pick out some of these for the front and back covers and the inside. I know I do like the blues. And I'm not going to totally, entirely collage the front. I just want to see if there's any more maps. I like that Be Yourself. But we can start there with these. And I have these as well, the travels. I don't know if I'll use that. It looks pretty shiny and new. I may not use that. But I do have, I picked this out, Explore, Travel, Remember, Document, Trip, Memories, Journey, and then Adventure Awaits. So let's get started here. Really don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's just kind of, it's going to be a hit or miss type. Project. And again, I'm just going to play with everything here. Like I said, it just started to rain here, where it's a funny day. It will we'll have a downpour and then it will stop. It'll rain, you know, for 5 minutes and then it'll stop. And go see your brother? Brother's home. Go see him. I just wanted to shut the door. My son's home. He just came home and my dog was in here, and I know that the both of them are going to go crazy when he walks through the door, so I didn't want to have them barking and causing a ruckus while I'm doing this video. Now let's see here. I don't want to do too much because I do like that bingo card. It might just be a very simple front. God, I can hear my girl out there. We have one that is just talky. She just constantly talks the minute you walk in the door. She's a really big whiny baby. And she'll sit on the couch with you at night too, and she has to be touched. And I'll sit and rub her. But unfortunately, the minute you stop, she whines and she cries, but she has quite the life, that's for sure. Let's see. I want something a little bit more on here, but I don't want to overdo it. I'd like to get a little bit more red on here. I don't want to cover that up. And sometimes less is more. That's what my father always taught me. Less is more. Maybe I can find a little. I just want to add a little bit more red. I want books. Let's see here. There's some red. I do like these little, it's a cute little letter. Let's see here. We're not going to use the books. I do like this one. I like this red here. I forget my son comes home at 3 o'clock now. I wondered why he was home early, but he goes into work at 7. He changed his hours at work. Instead of 7:30 to 4, he's working 7 to 3. And I keep forgetting that. And maybe I could find I like that. Just to keep it simple. I would like to use, I have these little Tim Holtz figures as well. I've taken my Tim Holtz and I've separated them to the mini, to the largest, and then medium and small, which makes things much easier. Sometimes I'll pull something off to use, and then I've actually forgotten that I've taken it out. But I could use one of these little, she's cute. She's a cute little gal. I think I'll use her. This is actually for my daughter-in-law. And my son has a picture of her that almost looks like this picture here. I could put her right there like that. Push this over a little bit. I like to get a little something behind her. I don't want her to, she's like blending in. She is like blending in. And maybe I could just her a little bit here. Give her a little background. No, I don't like that. I'm not crazy about that. Well, let's see. Maybe I could. Just don't want to cover all these. I just don't want to cover all of these pictures up. This is the part here where just want to give her a little background here. That's not too bad. I'll cut that. All right. Then I'll have to poke the holes in the side there. But she can go there. There's the hole. We can put our little adventure awaits. Where's that little red tag? Maybe I could put that there. And then I could put that there like that. And then that way you'd notice her arm as well. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I'm not going to ink the inside of this because I want that white to show. And these, I'm going to try to make these not very long videos. We'll do these because it's going to be over the course of time. So it's nothing that has to be done straight away. It'll just be a nice project that we can come back to. And I think I'll continue to put that right up. I'm not going to put that way down. And then I'll use my paper punch to trim that out a little bit. Let's get her back up on here. Okay, so I'm going to get her, let's get this down first. So that's going to go right about that 24 there. And once again, sometimes I'm quiet when I work, and I just feel like it's such a empty void. But sometimes it's just nice. You know how you can be with people and you don't have to say anything, but they're there. And that's how I was with my dad. His last month, his last few weeks of life, he died of bone cancer. And I would go when he was in the nursing home, the assisted living. He started out in assisted living. could just sit for hours and I'd hold his hand. We wouldn't say a word. We wouldn't talk. There was no need to talk. Just knowing that we were there together was enough. And we're both talkers, so it was nice. Very loving. Very loving. My glue here, I feel like I really have to squeeze it today. Probably gooped up in there, and there we go. And this is a Tim Holtz saying as well. These you have to glue on. It's not a peel and stick back. There. And we're going to put this little guy on up here. I'll put this little guy on up here, and then we'll do the front inside cover. See if we can come up with a design for that, and that'll be good. That'll be good. There. That's cute. Just a very nice, plain, simple cover. And then the color that will be added to this will be those tags. I do have blue series silk that I think would be wonderful popping up on top. I'm just going to grab my paper punch here. Hopefully this is dry enough. Is this about the same size? I don't know if my... it's a little bit smaller. So let's see here. There we go. I'm always hesitant when I go to do something, and I'm not going to bother to do that top one because I don't want to make that bigger, but I did have to do that there. So all right, so we'll do the inside here. And again, I'm going to use, I'll do probably more of a collage on this back part here, which will be fun to do. Because then you can just rip and tear and add on. And you know, with collages, you can just do whatever. That's why I like making I love creating the master boards. If you've never created a master board, it's a lot of fun. It's great therapy too. It's also something, you know, really fun to do if you're watching a series on Netflix and you don't want to, you know, it's nothing you have to concentrate on, because it's kind of like, it's mindless. It's mindless work. You're just putting your, I'm going to leave just a little tiny border around the edge here. Let's see. And I think what I will do is, so I don't have to punch again, I'm going to just flip this over. I want to put that there. I'm going to flip this over and make a round, and then I'm just going to punch. I'm going to do it this way so I can see it. And then I can just fit it right over that, see? Then I don't have to punch it again. But yeah, you should try your hand at a masterboard. I have 3 over my left shoulder here that I need to use. And I will. I'll use them. Sometimes they're just really pretty to look at. And I'm going to use some blue here. And this I will, I'm going to jazz this up a little bit just because it'll be laying over this here. Yeah, I thought I'd make this for my daughter-in-law. It's one of her Christmas gifts. She's from Romania, and as soon as the government gets their act together, she'll be traveling home to see her parents. She hasn't seen her parents in over a year now. And but she can't go just yet because she doesn't have all her travel papers. She's waiting for her green card, and the government is not keeping up their end of the bargain. It takes forever for this processing. So, but in time, we just have to be patient. We just have to be patient. And don't ever throw your little scraps like these away because you can use them. They can be used in a different format, or like you saw me do, you can just add a little splash on the side. Okay. These are nice too, because if you don't have the patience or the time to, or the need to make a junk journal per se, this is a nice idea to make a small book like this, such as this. I know junk journals are very big, very popular, but let's see if I put that there. Or, so I have to work around this little hole here now. I have to work around this little hole. which I think I will do. I'll put this up here. And again, I'll flip it, a little circle, punch it. You know, you don't really need to make, you know, a fancy junk journal. You can make a little book like this. It's, you know, it serves the same purpose. You can still do your creative work inside. If you're a if you like to paint, you know, you can still paint, you know, on your paper. You can sketch. You can make a sketchbook. There's just, you know, a lot of nice, very lovely things that you can do without, you know, going to all the trouble of making a giant junk journal. And then, you know, when you get to this section here, if you don't want to, you know, continue with that, you can, this is where, you know, the stickers come in nice. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because sometimes you just don't want to add those extra little pieces. I'm just gluing this here in case I'm out of camera. I don't know where I'm at with my camera right now. So and I think I'm going to get one of those stamps, those faux stamps that I talk about, that I've cut. I really like them. I really like these. And they do serve their purpose. This is my little container of them. And I got these from I cut them all out of a really cool vintage postage stamp book. See, I've got all of these in here, and they're just wonderful, wonderful, very bright, lovely stamps. And they're fun. Got some really, these nice large ones. They'd be nice on a masterboard, and then when you cut it up, you get some of that color in the corners. Now, it's too bad I didn't have a Romanian, which I probably do in here. I probably have a Romanian stamp, but to find it right now might be impossible. But I just want to find something that would be really pretty, that would work really well, a color scheme. With the inside cover. I do like that blue there, the one that I already picked out. I think that's pretty. Not too fussy when I do look for a stamp, because I do love stamps. They're all so beautiful. And I do have a big collection of real postage stamps. My daughter-in-law loves Japanese, her and my son. I like this. I think I'm going to put this one in here because she's a big fan of anime and Japanese film. So think I'm going to put that. That would have more meaning for her than just any old postage stamp that I put in there. And I'm just going to bring down some of that brightness around the corners. All right, so we have the stamp down, and yeah, we're all good to go. So here's the front, the inside, and in the next video, we will do the inside back cover. I'm going to leave the exterior, the outside of it plain, because it'll just be setting down. But yeah, so grab your bingo cards, cut up some paper, and the next video we'll continue on. I'm not sure what we'll do. We might make the tags with some, the dividers with the tags, but we'll see. So thanks everybody for joining in. It's going to be a fun little project, and I hope you join along. It'll be relaxing, and we can craft along together. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.